Hi everybody, this is Jim Egan, head of school, Synapse School with a Friday update. This Friday was perhaps the most exciting Friday we've had on this campus in a very long time. Today, we had this year's changemaker, Judy Heumann, join us for 2 Zoom assemblies, one with the lower school, one with the middle school. We recorded it. I think it's in the newsletter, so if you missed it, please watch. I performed a moderated discussion with Judy. I want to thank Deanna and Katie and Stephanie and Sarah Hill. They come to mind first for their work in making this happen and the behind the scenes work that goes into this. We crafted a plan, we executed on it. We had the kids write questions to the division heads, Katie and Stephanie. They then curated those questions. They got sent to me. I picked some out. And then we had a Q&A with Judy that was open at the end of the day. And the kids just were excellent. And the staff were so excited. And there was a lot of energy on campus today. I know I needed that mindful minute of breathing to get ready for my discussion with Judy. She was lovely and open and accessible and down to earth and really captivated our community. Remember, the change maker is that inspiring person that we study the most for an entire year. Our curriculum is wrapped around this one person for the entire year. And so to have our change maker engage in a dialogue with kids, with myself, was truly a special day and a big moment for our school. Some of the questions that came through were somewhat typical of these are lower school questions, for example. What's your favorite ice cream? She said chocolate. Where do you live? Why did you change the law? And there were more questions that even were about feelings, right? How did you cope with not being allowed to go to school? How are you helping disabled people right now? Technical questions. What feature do you wish your wheelchair had and why? And so I was able to ask a lot of questions, and she did a tremendous job of answering them in a way that was focused on lower school kids, right? These concepts she kept saying are challenging, right? Accessibility, legal terms, how you make change, how you advocate. And then she was able to get into maybe more detail, more specifics with our middle school kids. And I wrote down something she said here about change making. One of the questions was about change making. How do you do it? And she said 3 things. You work hard to ensure that change happens. You talk with other people. Again, you don't do it alone. Being a change maker isn't a lonely proposition, right? To have impact, you need to talk with other people. And think about different ways to do it, right? Those 3 things. Work hard, talk to people, think about different ways to do it. There's no one way to make change. Again, what a great day at Synapse. It really was one of those moments we'll remember. So I'm excited that we recorded it, and please watch if you missed it earlier today. Okay, some announcements. Sports House is up and running. We're getting more used to having that facility under our leadership, so to speak, and we're going to start using it more and more. So on March 1st, middle school pickup is going to be down at 3151 Edison Way. That is Sports House, right? So middle school parents, come down 5th Avenue, stay out of the neighborhood, and you're going to be able to pull right in and pick up kids after school. So we're going to try this. Obviously, there'll be some bumps in the road, so to speak, but we're really hopeful that this should mitigate any sort of traffic backups around here and just slow the pace down too, right? We're so used to optimizing for a pickup every day. It's exhausting to do this for 2, 3, 4 years, which we've been doing. So I'm excited about that change. March 1st, starting with middle school kids. Another change that we've decided to make in order to slow things down, we're going to move the interactive lab to April 1st. We're pushing it back a couple weeks. I want to give kids and teachers time to settle into their projects, settle into their curriculum. We started January under duress. It seems like we've been back at school for months. It's actually been just a week or 2 weeks. But this Omicron has just been intense. It's been a really intense time for us and all those that are working in schools. And so we're going to give the most important people, the teachers and the kids, a little more time to prepare for that lab, because the lab is the big ticket event. We're going to do it in person. That's the plan, April 1st. Lab in person. That's what we're going to do, but save that date. We've changed that date. Meetings and programs are moving along nicely. I do think we are sliding into the next phase of the pandemic. We continue with COVID to test every day. We're going to continue with that for a little while longer. We're starting to think about what the metric is to move off that weekly testing because we know it is a lot, but it is working. We are happy about that. And we're going to continue to send you the data every day around our cases and close contacts, and we'll message out anything that's more pertinent. But we can't do more than that. I know some parents are asking, for a little bit more, but you can't test more than one day. We're not going to start testing twice a day, and we can't give you the data dashboard more than once a day. And so we're doing the best we can. I think we've proven to you that we know how to handle COVID quite well. We've been doing this for a couple years. We're now having some papers published, and so we'll be talking about the research that we've done with Stanford. Those publications are coming out now. So we're heading into that phase. I know we're on a spectrum of acceptance around the virus and COVID, and we're on a spectrum of risk as well, but eventually we'll meet somewhere at the same point in the next few months. So again, great day at school. Watch the recording if you haven't seen it already in person, and Changemaker Judy Heumann was here today. Okay, have a super weekend. See you soon.